interest and involvement more than being there. And be sure to invite Grandma and Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team, not just your own. Here's a test for you. Do you know all the players on your child's team? Could you say hello to them by their first name? Embracing the entire team is a great way to show that your interest is sincere. Number 3, be a resource for your child's team. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent, but be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
A pleasant good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a matinee edition of Indiana High School Hoops here on Indiana SRN. Hope your Christmas and holiday season was spectacular. We're happy to be bringing you some action on Indiana SRN and IPSathletics.tv. Today's contest features the host Shortridge Blue Devils coming in at 1-5 on the season, hosting the 6-0 and 4th-ranked Lafayette Jeff Broncos, led by a Mr. Basketball candidate, Brooks Barnheiser. Comes in averaging right around 33 points per game to go along with 11 boards and 5 assists. The kid can do a little bit of everything as he gets set to play his college ball at Northwestern next year. And as I bring the coach Keith Myers into the fray, I'm Jimmy Cook again. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Saturday with us. Coach, this should be a fun one. The Blue Devils trying to get back on track and back into winning ways. Meanwhile, Lafayette Jeff trying to continue to move that train along as their undefeated season sits at 6 games.
Yeah, but, you look at Lafayette Jeff. They have not played a game in 2 weeks. So, when you talk to Coach Barnhauser, Mark Barnhauser, the first thing he says is, man, we just got to knock off the rest. We only had 1 day of practice, which was Christmas Eve day. That's crazy. And to take Christmas off and then travel all the way down to Lafayette to play at Shortridge. Now, Shortridge, though they're looking for some wins, they're really tough in this gymnasium, and we'll see how they can transpire to be better today, because one of the things that Coach Fountain had kept on telling me was, we're going to get there. It's just going to take us a while to get there. So it should be a great game. Keys to the game will be very interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun watching Mr. Basketball candidate.
Yeah, the young man that just hit the first layup there a couple seconds ago for Lafayette Jeff, that in Brooks Barnheiser. We mentioned him averaging just under 34 points per contest. Big victory for Lafayette Jeff in this stretch. As Coach mentioned, it has been 2 weeks since they played, but they were able to get a little bit of a redemption victory against Harrison and West Lafayette, 64-53 at home. That was a contest where they were clinging to a 5-point lead. The second leading scorer for the Broncos, and Ashton Beaver, picked up his 5th foul, had to head to the bench, and it was Barnheiser who was able to lead the charge for the Broncos. They go on to hold Harrison without a field goal for a span of 8 minutes and 4 seconds. Just a strong outing for them, and a lot of their players, including Mr. Barnheiser on your screen right now, mentioned that it talks about how the team has grown since a year ago in handling adversity.
Well, you look at 6'7", and going to Northwestern, that means the kid has some intelligence, and he also is going to be a pretty good basketball player. You look at 33 points, 12 assists, 12 rebounds a game, and 5 assists. I never gave up the ball at 6'7". I wish I was 6'7", but the kid just does it all. But you mentioned the other young man that comes off the bench with Beaver. I mean, both of them, they both get hot and they stay in the game. It could be a very, very long night for Shortridge.
What has impressed you the most outside of Barnheiser's ability to create his own shot, create the offense at will? What has impressed you, without diving too much into the keys yet, but what has impressed you off the page with this Broncos squad?
I think one of the things, they're unselfish. Coach Barnheiser has taught that from a long time ago, from his Eastern Green Gate days all the way to Perry Meridian to everywhere he's been. It's unselfishness. It's team. It's not it's team. But you look at Brooke. He's been grown up with his dad coaching him for all these years. When you're a coach's son, you understand, and all of a sudden you're almost a coach on the floor.
Yeah, and it can be a learning curve in a situation where sometimes kids can wilt underneath that pressure. Sometimes it's too tough. It's been fun to be able to see Barnheiser grow over the years, and this really being his most complete body of work, as you would hope as a coach and as a father in his senior season.
What you got to watch, though, as a coach, you can't get wrapped up into your son. It's still, you still got 11 other guys that you have to coach, and Mark has done a great job doing that. And I've known Mark for a long time. I've officiated several of his games back in Eastern Green and Perry Meridian days. He's always been a kind to every single kid and every single person he's been around. Top-notch guy. Looking forward to this, and looking really forward to seeing Shortridge. This is the first time we've seen them on IPSathletics.com. I love the coaching staff. I love what Coach Andrew has done. It should be a very interesting contest. They know this is a big game. They also know that they're on national and worldwide tonight. So this is huge for their program. Looking forward to seeing what they can do.
Yeah, it's going to be a thrilling contest. We mentioned that Shortridge trying to get back to winning ways, but this is their first time being on a internet stream, so that could be locally, internationally, and nationally broadcasted contest. It'll be fun to be able to see them and see what they're able to put together tonight. Looking a little bit at the predictions from John Harrell's Indiana High School Hoops. He has Lafayette Jeff winning that contest this afternoon, 82-40, the first time these two schools have ever met in their history, which is always a pretty phenomenal feat to see that. Sagarin ratings, Lafayette Jeff ranked 12th, 9th in 4A. Shortridge ranked 264th and 74th in 3A. We'll step away, have Coach's Keys and more after this. It's Lafayette Jeff and Shortridge on IPSathletics.tv.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to IHSAATV.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to Shortridge High School. National anthem just finished up. A battle between the 3A and 4A program, the 3A Shortridge Blue Devils, and the 4th-ranked Lafayette Jeffs Broncos. Quickly through the starters for the Broncos. Josiah Kirk-Williams starting at one guard, a 6'2 junior, number 11. Number 13, Brooks Barnhauser, a 6'7 senior, averaging 33 points per game. At the other guard slot, a 6'2 senior, number 24, Jacob Kulikot. Number 32, a 6'2 junior, Armani Williams, and a 6'2 senior, number 33, Ashton Beaver. Head coach Mark Barnhauser, 44-13 in his third year at Lafayette. Jeff, 480 and 343 in his 37th year overall. For the Shortridge Blue Devils, a 5'11 sophomore, number 1, Ethan Powell. At the other guard, a 6'2 senior, number 3, Avery Giles. At the other guard slot, a 6'4 sophomore, number 15, Josh Stigger. A 6'2 senior guard, number 31, Will Smith, and a 6'2 sophomore, number 32, Elias Diallo. Drew Fountain in his first year head coach, 1-5 in his first year at Shortridge. Broncos in the road reds, and the Blue Devils in the home whites. Now time for coaches' keys to the game.
For Lafayette Jeff, they got to knock off the rest. They got to stop dribble penetration, and then they have to limit Shortridge to one shot. For Shortridge, they just have to stop transition, period. They need to control the tempo. They also have to stop the big guy. Now they have two big guys, so they have to stop the big guys, and then they have to attack the paint. I think if you go to them, get them in foul trouble, and try to win this on the free throw line, might be the way to beat this Lafayette team. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Glad that you're on board. I'm glad you didn't let me sing Silver Bells because now we're ready for basketball.
Yeah, I know. We ran out of time in the pregame. I didn't have it in the notes. I apologize.
That's okay.
Barnhauser tips it back. It's controlled and won by the Broncos. We're going to look at their offense to start things. They shoot about 52% from the field, 37% from beyond the arc coming into this one.
Man-to-man right away.
Skip pass. Give us to Beaver. Barnhauser try a triple. That one's short. Rebound scooped up by Kulikot, and he traveled with it.
I love the control truck.
Yep. There's a pass inside, thrown away errantly. It's tipped, though, by the Broncos, so it'll stay on this end.
You know, the team in red, Lafayette, they have quick hands. They showed you right away, Jimmy, that they're not going to, they're not going to rest, and they're going to play a little bit of man-to-man as well.
Yeah, so far, the most points they've had scored against them is 57. That back on December 4th when they beat Tri-West by 9 at home. Another active hand steal. It does lead to a turnover. Last touch by Powell.
You also got to go back to West Lafayette game, 88-20, so they can play defense on you.
Good point.
20 points in a varsity basketball game. Whew, that's great defense.
That's a lockdown effort. They pride themselves on both ends. Coach Barnhauser hoping that this club is one that finally breaks through and makes a run at a state title. That pass almost turned over. They get it to Mr. Basketball candidate Barnhauser. He's fouled. He'll head to the line. Beautiful entry feed. We'll get the first free throws by either team. Early stage of this first quarter. Barnhauser, we mentioned, the Northwestern commit. First free throw is clean, and the Broncos strike first. Second one is good. Makes them both. Barnheiser, a 78% free throw shooter on the season. Will Smith with a nice crossover on Barnheiser. It's blocked away by Brooks. They get it back. Falls to Stigger. His shot off the mark. Rebound, Collicott. Pushing ahead. That's stolen away. Nice active hands. Powell up ahead. Trying to dish the reward. Sent back by Barnheiser. Second chance won't go. Barnheiser almost had the rebound. It's secured by Smith. His skip pass is touched by Powell, and it'll be over and back.
So right away, you see the 6'7" frame going to cause a little of havoc, but the defense picked up what the loose balls are going to Shortridge. Very interesting if they have to cash those in.
Yeah, there's been good thought process behind Shortridge interior passes, but you're exactly right. The length and the active hands have just been too much, as there's a three on the right side by Beaver. Ashton knocks that down from the wing. Make it 5-0 Lafayette Jeff. 2 minutes gone by in this first quarter. Giles. Hands to Powell. Powell on the elbow. That pass went off the leg of Smith. It's a foot race. Up ahead. Layup off the window and put him on the line. Guess who? Brooks Barnheiser. Going to be hearing a lot of his name this afternoon. Let's take a look back at a Beaver triple just a second ago.
You know, he sets his feet here, follows through. Nice shot.
Good clean rhythm jump shot. Free throw is good. 5 points for Barnheiser. Lafayette Jeff on top by 8. Pass inside. Great cut by Smith. Got behind the defense, laid it up and in.
Will took the time, put the ball on the cup and on the board. Nice job.
Barnheiser just a tad late there. And do we have the illegal screen or just travel?
Travel violation.
Good eye, coach. So it'll be Shortridge basketball, just down 6.
Oh.
Shortridge lone win coming against Liberty Christian back at the start of the month. 76-71 win on the road. That'll be a travel to the other side. There was a foul earlier on that last possession. Correction for those of you on your scorebooks at home. Barnheiser working the handles. Gives to Collicott. Back to Barnheiser. Puts his head down. Nice pass. Finds Beaver. Corner. Won't go. Too strong. Great board by the Blue Devils.
Nice outlet.
Fouls up ahead to Smith.
I like the patience. Didn't have the shot. Didn't rush it. Let's set it back up.
It's that type of calmness. It's going to be needed by Shortridge if they want to pull an upset here. Giles for 3. It's good.
Or you got to guard me by 25 feet away.
Avery Giles knocks it down. A 5-0 run by Shortridge. On the drive, Beaver leaves it inside. Williams off the window, no. Board secured by the Blue Devils. Powell. Guarded by Barnheiser. They work high post. And what's the call? Jump ball? Jump ball is the call. Unless it's a foul. It is a foul. The far side official calls that on Collicott. He's baseline out of bounds. Stigger inbounds.
Oh, no.
So it'll be an easy layup. Put in cleanly by Collicott.
Got to watch the ball come in your hands, and you got to catch the ball, Jimmy.
Lead now 5. Always key for the fundamentals, particularly at this level. Powell thought about a triple. Gives to Giles.
Good quick first step.
Try to create some separation there. Nobody budged though. Giles has it back on the far right side. Puts his head down, draws contact on the floor. Be the 3rd team foul on Lafayette Jeff. See if it goes against Josiah Kirk-Williams.
Look at Giles. I mean, Giles is just like, okay, if you're not going to guard me, I'll just knock this down.
Giles left that pass behind his man intended for Powell. Up ahead the other way. A layup up. A layup in for Jacob Collicott. He scored the last 4. A 30-second timeout. taken by Shortridge. We'll stay here with 3:26 to go in the first quarter.
Don't forget, Indiana SRN has all kinds of games for you this week as we celebrate our little break for you on Tuesday. Christmas Addicts and Shortridge, Shortridge on to 2 begin on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. Also Tuesday night at 2:30, a doubleheader for you. It's a matinee. Boys game, Tinley versus Lawrence North. That's a 2:30 start. And 7:30, big game that Jimmy's already got circled on his calendar. Ron Colley and Lawrence North girls. On Wednesday the 30th, Cecina and Traders Point. And then next week, next Saturday, Lawrence North at Christmas Addicts, Ledman and Guerin Catholic for you. All games on Indiana SRN, and check out our website at indianasrn.org. We want to thank you for listening and watching. A little Christmas gift to you today.
Been a strong 2020 on the Indiana SRN family of networks.
Going to get better, Jimmy. Going to get better.
Looking forward to the turn of the calendar and what's in store in 2021. Back out of the timeout by Shortridge. There's a trap applied. They feed inside. Smith picked up his dribble, falling away. Tough shot. Just grazed the net. Rebound and one.
He forced that one up, but it went in.
Sometimes desperation mode kicks in. That time, right place, right time for Jalen Mooney.
Tonight's game brought to you by our good friends at College Hunks and Movers. Give them a call, 317-516-0569. 14 years experience, College Hunks and Movers.
Free throw is good by Mooney. 4-point game. Beaver gives over to Kirk Williams. Back to Kirk Williams. His triple's good. Catch and shoot opportunity for the junior. His first basket of the day.
Didn't even have to leave his feet.
Lead is 7. See how Shortridge responds. Powell, runner. Off the iron, no. Rebound Mooney. That's his second shot from down low. He's got 5. Lead is 5. Nice move by Barnheiser. Could not get the shot to go. Rebound Powell. Pass up ahead. Giles 1-on-2. Throws it off the window and in. Avery Giles now with 5. And a delay of game warning called on Shortridge.
Got to let the ball go all the way through the hoop. Can't touch it. Good call.
You know, Ron Colley, and I think a lot of places they did this as well. There's a Barnheiser triples up in the air and good. Barnheiser's first 3-point basket of the game.
Longer nets.
I was going to say that you would use that as an extra timeout because it would stop the clock when the warning happened. Save that for late game. There for Shortridge, already off the board. Pass inside is stolen away. Barnheiser lays it up and throws it down. Thought he was going to lay it up with one hand. Instead, he scoops up, back with the two-handed flush, and Shortridge wants a timeout. That happened quickly. Lead is 8, 20-12, 1:43 left in the first. Stay with us. You're watching High School Hoops on IPSathletics.tv. "30-second timeout correction. We'll stay here. 20-12 your score. Coach, are you like me? I thought for sure it was just going to be a clean layup like a gentleman off the window. Instead, it's a two-handed flush.
It always looked like you lost it and had to regain it. But one of the things at 6'7", I think you could probably just float in the air like that. Pretty impressive.
The margin for error, I think, is a little bit bigger at that size. Take a look at it.
Here it is. I mean, he puts the ball on the floor. That's where I thought he lost it, but he just cupped the ball, and, man.
Take a look at his triple a second ago as well.
How about that? I mean, at 6'7", can you do all that? At Northwestern, they're going to put a little bit of weight on him. He's going to be able to bench press. I think he'll probably be a point guard in the Big Ten.
Well, in terms of places to end up, maybe a decade or so ago, people might have looked sideways at Northwestern, but the program they've been putting together over the last 5 to 7 years,
they lead
including
the Big
this
Ten
year right now.
Right? Yep. They were favored to lose, and in last place, and they're in first place in the Big Ten.
Been a fun story to watch. Skip pass over to Giles, puts it on the deck, little hop step, finds Stigger. His shot, good.
I like the flow that Shortridge is playing tonight. Down by 6.
Barnheiser gives to Colacott. Inside to Barnheiser, tried to force feed him. That's knocked away by Giles.
Quick hands.
Nice crossover. Giles might try to go all the way with this. Instead, it's a wild pass that's tipped out of bounds. Last touched by the Blue Devils. It'll go to the Broncos.
Giles understood that there was two guys there. If he forced it, who knows, but kicked it back out, not ready for the pass.
Barnheiser will walk it up the floor for the Broncos with just a minute even to go in this first quarter. Williams, nice bounce pass inside, but it's well read by Giles. He's had a couple nice plays on the defensive end. No look pass. Some daylight. High over Barnheiser. Won't go. His height definitely affected that shot. Williams able to walk the tightrope. Up ahead come the Broncos. Kirk Williams lays it up, and an offensive foul is the call. Giles again making a play on the defensive end as he slides in to take the charge.
You know, what I liked about that is he knew the kid was going to go. He just sat there, took his hit. Now we've wore him down at the other end.
Giles controls. Done a great job showing off the handles so far in this first quarter. Powell, dribble handoff, almost poked away. It is poked away. It was tipped though. Broncos are there first to it. They give it to Barnheiser. He lays it up and in. Barnheiser now with 13 unofficially in the quarter.
See, they gave up on the ball when they're over and back. Kick that ball out of bounds. Make them force the ball in bounds.
Final 10 seconds of the quarter. Nice pass inside. Waits for contact. Can't turn it home. But a chance for 2 points the hard way for Jalen Mullaney. They'll call that foul. Believe it went on
13.
Barnheiser.
How about the new uniforms for Shortridge? They re-market themselves. I love the S with the little horns and nice, clean white unis.
Ode to the Blue Devils. Free throw's good. Final seconds of the quarter. Quickly up ahead. Three at the horn. Won't go. Shot by Collicutt. Left wide of the mark. That'll end our first quarter of play. The Broncos on top of Shortridge. 22-16 after one. Back with the second quarter after this on IPSathletics.tv, powered by Indiana SRN. Welcome back to Shortridge High School. Start of the second quarter, about to get underway. 22-16 your score. The fourth-ranked Lafayette Jeff Broncos 6-0 on the year, on top 22-16 over Shortridge. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers. Coach, a fast-paced first quarter. And I got to admit, I'm impressed with Shortridge continuing to stay in the runs that the Broncos threw at them in quarter number one.
And threw like two or three of them and could have just quit when it was 8-0 and all of a sudden came back. You know, this is a 6-point game. Playing very, very well.
We'll start the quarter with the basketball. Willie Mitchell. First time we've seen him today. Now Powell has it. Back to Mitchell. To Stigger. They work it around. Powell in the corner. Might have had a potential back cut. Didn't want to try to test Barnheiser. Mullaney. Quick pass. Almost lost the handle there to Mitchell. Stout defense all around by the Broncos. Giles trying to create something.
You know, this patience not bad. Just stay with it.
And there was a wild pass. It's stolen away. Off to the races. Collicutt lays it up, lays it in. 6 points for Jacob unofficially.
Tough turnover there. Got to be precise with your passes.
Lead at 8. 1 minute gone in this second quarter. Mitchell Risky pass. Foul goes against Lafayette Jeff. I believe it was Kirk Williams. Penalty in effect. That's the 7th team foul on the Broncos. Tough to tell from our vantage point. Maloney back at the line. Front end clean. He's been perfect so far from the charity stripe.
Oh, yeah, now you just blew it for him.
That one's off the mark.
Hate Mel, Jimmy Cook at Indiana SRN.
Barnheiser, the broadcaster's jinx, is undefeated, Coach.
It sure is.
Barnheiser at the top. Sees some daylight, spins. Oh. What a pass inside and put him on the line. Armani Williams off the fancy feed from Brooks Barnheiser and a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
I thought he got away with a travel, but kept his feet.
Friends of mine to make that pass. I think he saw Williams the whole way. Three-point play completed by the junior. Largest lead of the game for Lafayette Jeff at 10, 27-17.
You need to get a basket. You need to get it. You just need to stay in it.
How do the Blue Devils respond? Coach asks that very question. Powell works the handle. Nice feed. Maloney puts it up and in. He's been a huge spark for them off the bench.
Big fellow's done a nice job of just squaring up to the basket.
Give him 9. Back within 8. There's a drive and contact. So free throws upcoming for Ashton Beaver. He's been the second part. We take a look at this replay. Hold that thought.
Kept his dribble. Might have shuffled, but tell you what, pretty impressive.
Beaver been the Robin to Barnheiser's Batman this season. Averages around 18 points per contest. You mentioned it, Coach, during the break. He's now got 4. That in order for Lafayette Jeff to make a deep run, they're going to need additional scoring outside of Barnheiser, and one place they get it on most nights is from Beaver.
Yeah, he's played really well. He's got a nice little outside shot. He's already showed that to us, so we'll see what happens here.
Giles. The Steiger. Now Mitchell. Powell controls. Heavily pressured up front by Collicott. That pass is knocked away. Barnheiser sees daylight, lays it up, lays it in with ease. 19 for Barnheiser. 19 for Shortridge. He's matched their total. Mitchell in trouble in the coffin corner. They feed it inside. Maloney again. That time, Barnheiser altered the shot. He was ready for it. Tried to force that pass to Beaver. It's stolen away by Giles. He sees daylight, has a shooter in the corner, and he'll hold it off. Now it's received by Steiger. Got a little bit of separation back to Giles. They'll reset.
Going to balance the floor here.
Lead is ballooned to 12, largest of the game. Powell catch and shoot 3, off the mark. Rebound Williams. Powell saw some space, could not knock it down. Under 5 to go in this first half.
Very quick first half of basketball for you tonight.
Around a screen, Kirk Williams kicks. Collicott 3, short. Rebound tipped by Giles, but he tipped it right to an open Bronco. It's knocked down by Beaver. Catch and shoot from the other team. He's now got 8. Lead is 15. I think we're going to get a Shortridge timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 4:33 left to go in this first half. Lafayette Jeff starting to pull away on IPSathletics.tv.
Hey, it's Keith Myers from Indiana Sports Radio Network. Well, thank you that you're watching the game tonight on Indiana SRN. If you would like to know more information about Indiana SRN, send me an email, coach@indianasrn.org. As vice president of this company, we hope that you sit back and enjoy the game. It's Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Positive is better than negative. Be a good sport. Indiana SRN promotes good sportsmanship. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game. Hey, we got our 1,000 viewer. There's Beavers open 3, but 1,000 YouTube viewer. We're going to announce that sometime today. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. It's something that we've been gearing towards
for about 4 months now.
Large portion of our fall and early winter broadcast.
How about our promotional team doing that, huh? Good
Hats
job
off to them.
Yep.
Out of the timeout. Shortridge in their largest deficit of the game. Now a little bit of a trap applied. Defender slips. Smith's shot off the window. No. Rebound cleared by Owen Linder. The junior snuck in during that timeout. Beaver heads off to Collicott. Nice behind the back move. Better pass inside. Barnheiser reverses around 3 defenders. Give him 21 for the half.
This is what Shortridge was afraid of now, because Lafayette and Jeff now really control the pace of this game.
And the defense, which was pretty stout to begin with, has started swarming. You're exactly right. Giles pass to Smith. Back to Giles. See how the patience of Shortridge manages against this swarming defense. Runner down the lane. No good. I think the far side official is going to call that in the act. He will. It'll be 2 free ones for the sophomore. Forcing the issue against the defense. Chance to earn 2 points the hard way. Foul against Collicott. First free throw clean for Powell. His first points of the afternoon.
And he needs to score for them.
He's been a good contributor throughout the season. Quiet so far prior to those 2 free throws. Lead back down to 15. Catch and shoot triple. Beaver, good. Ashton Beavers hit his last 2 from beyond the arc. In fact, from that exact spot in the corner, largest lead at 18.
You think he goes into the gym and marks that spot because he's hit that shot 300 times in a row?
A lot of shooters love those corner threes. There's a steal by the Broncos. Beaver was there, as was Brady Preston, who gives it up to Barnheiser.
How about a 6'7" point guard for you?
It's not something that you see every day at the high school level.
Not every day.
Beaver puts it on the deck, tried to find Barnheiser cutting. It's stolen away by Giles. And it's going to be a blocking foul, I believe, against Beaver. Trying to do a tad too much there.
He's asking the officials, what did I do? Well, other than trip him and knock him down, nothing. I mean, really? What I like is Coach knows he fouled him and just puts his hand in his pocket and go, just play.
Front end of the 1-and-1, good for Giles. Give him 6 on the day. That one's long. Rebound secured by Preston. Beautiful cut. Linder, shot on the baseline. Good with a power dribble. His first basket of the ball game. Lead is 19.
You know, he put the ball on the floor so he could spin, and no one was there to guard him.
Smith had it knocked away, got it back. Baseline shot, no. Barnheiser pushes up ahead, over through his intended target there, and Collicott just off his fingertips, out of bounds, back to Shortridge.
You think that's 2 weeks of rest there?
Could be.
Or just real quick getting out?
We haven't seen a ton of fast break opportunities like that today, so I'll credit it as a combination of both.
Okay, fair enough.
Anytime, as you mentioned, though, in the pregame, you have 14 days off. You expect there to be a little bit
of rest.
Giles gives the Steiger back to Giles, little jab step. Hands off. Steiger down the lane. Wild shot off the mark. Rebound Barnheiser up ahead. What a feed and a layup off glass by Collicott. Might have been a timeout by Lafayette Jeff. 30-second timeout. Indeed it is. Lead is 21 at 43-22 with under 2 minutes to play in this first half.
Let's talk a little bit about Christmas. I noticed that you have your Christmas new outfit on with your nice little tux. Or is that something new that you're going to be wearing all these games now? Or?
I figured we might as well have a James Bond like look the rest of the season.
Very nice. Looks very nice.
Let's take a look back at this last sequence of events. What a pass.
That's on a rope. Yeah, it looks very nice with the tennis shoes. It looks very nice.
Thank you. I appreciate
Something
that.
your wife bought you this year? Merry Christmas.
Exactly.
New wife, new tux. I feel underdressed.
To clarify for the folks at home, it's just a little polo today. We're not breaking out the formal attire. Maybe for the postseason.
Okay.
Out of the timeout. Pass inside by Shortridge. Point blank layup missed. Active hands knocked out of bounds, but it's last touched by the Blue Devils.
Good timeout here by Coach Barnhauser, because what he just wants to do is control and stay finished with 138. Don't get sloppy.
Barnheiser down the lane, and he's fouled in the act. He will head to the line. 21 points for him in this first half. Foul goes against Elias Diallo, his second. First one off the mark. He'll have one more. That one's true. 22 for Barnheiser. 90 seconds to go in this first half. A 22-point advantage for Lafayette Jeff. Shortridge searching for a little momentum to go into the halftime locker room. Mullaney, he's been their offensive spark in this first half. He puts it in again. 11 points for him. Pass ahead, catch and shoot, Linder 3. Nope. Rebound won by Diallo. Pass ahead in the corner. Steiger had it stolen away. Some body contact, and Barnheiser's fouled. Just the sixth team foul on Shortridge, any foul by the Blue Devils in these final 57 seconds will be a 1-and-1 opportunity in the bonus for the Broncos.
Another, I watched how officials officiate the game. Nice job allowing that sub in before, because that kid has 3 fouls. Don't want to get him his 4th. Smart officiating.
Always love when they're on top of things.
They are very good.
Preston, hands off, lazy pass to Linder. There's Barnheiser, he has 22. That 3 is off the mark. Rebound tapped out of bounds, they'll say, by Shortridge. Looked like Brady Preston had flown in and tipped that out of bounds, but the
got his
fingertip tipped off the finger.
Yep. I never missed a call, dude.
I believe
Come
that.
on.
I can't argue that from this vantage point, but that's the only way that's the right call, is if that was tipped. And a travel. Everything balances out. Back to the Blue Devils with 31.8 to go in the half.
See, the basketball guy get corrected.
Ball don't lie.
How about that?
Blue Devils will walk it ahead. Mullaney has it. He's been their lone bright spot. At least consistent bright spot anyway. Giles had some nice play as well. Giles has it.
Oh, he wants the ball down on the block.
Mullaney calling for it in the post.
He definitely wanted the ball.
Final 10 seconds of the half. Mitchell gives it to Mullaney. Thought he was going to try a triple there. Hands to Powell with 3. Powell picked up his dribble in a bad spot. Forced it inside with 2. With 1. Smith at the horn. That's short. And that'll end our first half of play. Well, Lafayette Jeff put a vice grip on this contest in that second quarter. Their lead has ballooned to 20 at 44-24. Both teams will head to their respective locker rooms, and we'll be back here in a little bit. First, before we do step away, though, Coach, I wanted to get your thoughts first on what you've seen from Shortridge in that first half. Just a 6-point game to end that first quarter, but it ballooned further by the Broncos in quarter number 2.
Lafayette, Jeff, 22 in the first, 22 in the second. Shortridge just didn't look at the basketball and really didn't look at a basketball. Check out our YouTube channel and more than 700 archive games on Indiana SRN, and follow us on Twitter at Indiana SRN. Get updates, scores, game day schedules, and much, much more. It's IndianaSRN.org.
On the Lafayette Jeff side of things, we know as the season continues to get further and further along, and as the calendar shifts to 2021, for Lafayette Jeff, their aspirations aren't just a sectional title. They like to make a run and maybe win the whole thing. What have you seen tonight from the offense overall? Barnheiser's been doing his fair share, but you've also gotten a little bit of help along the way from others, including Beaver.
Well, you're 6-0 in the first half of the season. Second half of the season actually literally starts today, if you really look at that. They play in a very tough conference that's going to have, so they're going to be tested. They still got McCutcheon, they got Harrison, they got Indianapolis Tech, which is on IPSathletics.tv. We have that game later in the year in February. So you got to play consistent. I like their open floor, and if they're only been off 14 days, I know how I am after 14 days. They have played very well for 14 days.
22 points for Brooks Barnheiser in that first half. Lafayette Jeff on top of Shortridge, 44-24. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with third quarter action in just a bit. You're watching High School Hoops on IPSathletics.tv, powered by Indiana SRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
Shortridge High School.
My favorite thing about Shortridge is the teachers, because they're always...
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Well, welcome back to halftime. The score there you see, Lafayette Jeff 44, Shortridge 24. Hey, we want to congratulate our 1,000th YouTube subscriber. His name, Aiden Potter. Aiden, if you're listening or watching, we're sure that you are, you need to contact our office. You can contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. That's only Aiden. You have your gift card waiting for you. Congratulations. Now, we got a new goal. We're looking for 2,000. So, you know, if you tell all your friends and just hit that red button, because I'm telling you, circle Central Indiana Sports Leader right here on indianasrn.org. And while you're looking and you know someone that would like to sponsor to put more games on the network, contact us as well. And if you're watching, there was a donate button when you click on. Hit that donate button. Every dollar that is donated goes right back in to what we do here at Indiana SRN. It's Indiana SRN. We wish you a very happy New Year for all of us on Indiana SRN.
That's the Coach Keith Myers. I'm Jimmy Cook, back here at Shortridge High School. Always appreciate all the viewers and listeners, whether it's radio broadcast or one of our webcasts here on Indiana SRN and the Indiana SRN family of networks. And, of course, thrilled with our continued sponsorship with IPSathletics.tv, the presenter of today's game. Out of the halftime break, the Shortridge Blue Devils on the wrong end of two 22-point quarters put together by Lafayette Jeff. They lead it 44-24 at the break. Coach, what do you need to see from Shortridge? Obviously, you're not going to make up that deficit all in one quarter, but what do you need to see from them in this third quarter to get a chance for a run at it in the fourth?
Ball movement, more. I think they can beat underneath. Post up, get them off their feet, you know, see what you got here. I'm very impressed. Shortridge is staying in the ball game as well as they did. They played very, very well coached, very well disciplined. For Lafayette Jeff, they just hit a lot of shots, and a lot of their points come off the fast break.
Yeah, the Broncos outscored the Blue Devils 22-8 in that second quarter. They will start with the basketball to open quarter number 3. A rejection by Smith. I believe they're going to get a foul from behind called against the senior. Indeed, that is the case. And it'll be Armani Williams, the junior, headed to the charity stripe to earn the 2 points the hard way. Coach, so far with your keys to the game, I know you touched on pace being a key factor, but how is Shortridge stacked up with your objective list you had for them?
You know, if you look at stop transition, I don't think they've done that at all. But the defense on the big fella, you know, you held him to, 17? His average is 33. He's halfway there, but very good. And they have attacked the paint. I think they need to attack the paint a little bit more this half.
Williams will have one more. That one is good. Williams now with 4 on the afternoon. Lead is 21. Make that Diallo, rather, I beg your pardon. Diallo now with his first basket of the ball game. Coming by the free throw. Powell up top. Gives over to Giles. Giles now Steiger over to Smith. Smith sees a little bit of daylight, lost the handle. Great defense there by Barnheiser. Barnheiser will walk it up the floor. Lead is 21. Entry pass by Barnheiser. Well read by Smith. He's off to the races. Lays it up. Off the mark. Rebound Barnheiser. We'll get a transition answer. The Broncos up ahead. What a pass. Beaver lays it up and in. A scoop underhand pass. Barnheiser to Beaver. He's now got 13. Lead up to 23. Blue Devils working around the horn. Pass in the corner. That three's off the mark. Loose ball scooped up by Barnheiser. Up ahead again. So smooth in transition. Beaver, the beneficiary. He's got 15.
Now I can see why they're averaging what they average, because they just release and they go.
That's full speed ahead in the fast break. Once the ball is gathered up, everybody else is leaking out. Giles up and under, won't go. The follow is true, though, for Steiger. He's now got 4. Nobody boxed out. Everybody collapsed on Giles' shot. Deficit cut to 23. Barnheiser in the lane, adjusts, and put him on the line.
Wow, adjust in the air.
Correction to your score sheet for Barnheiser. 17 points for him in that first half. Give him 19 now for the game. Chance to make it an even 20 at the charity stripe. Take a look at it one more time.
Look at where he adjusts right there. Man, pretty impressive.
One more up. That's true. Give him 20. Lead now at 26 with 6 minutes even to go in this third quarter. Shortridge searching to get into an offensive rhythm. Giles. They work it around. Avery controls. Heavily pressured by Kolikot. Puts his head down. Mida walked. Put it up and in.
Maybe passed on it.
Give him 8.
You know, for Shortridge being a 3A school, Lafayette Jeff being a big 4A school, this is a good test for them.
Yeah, anytime we talk about it week in and week out, as that three-pointer's off the mark by Beaver, rebound cleared by Mullany. Anytime you're able to schedule competition that's going to test you, even if the margin might not go the way you want it to, it is benefiting your team down the line for the tough competition in your sectional and your regional, whatever the case may be. There was a lob attempt up to Barnheiser. That was passed from the hip by Beaver. It might be a travel by the Blue Devils. Indeed it is. Reckless possessions on both ends there.
So now you just reset and go back.
Let's see what the Broncos can do with it. The senior in Kolikot walks up the floor. Now Barnheiser puts his head down. Thought he was going to throw it down with one hand. Instead, it's a foul. It'll head to the line to earn it the hard way. Also a Shortridge Blue Devil shaken up there on the contact. He's up and all good. Malicious intentions on the mind of Barnheiser. Let's take a look back at it. Whew. Just lost it in the air, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Free throw is clean. 21 for Barnheiser. The Northwestern Wildcat commit. And a candidate of conversation for Mr. Basketball by year's end, no doubt.
Tell you what, a lot of good players in the state of Indiana. Continues to get better and better. Just need to keep these kids at home. He's going to be going to Purdue.
There are plenty of fans, as there's a three on the right side, knocked down by Giles. There are plenty of fans from many programs across the state that I'm sure will continue to watch Barnheiser, particularly this season, and wonder, why couldn't we secure his talents?
Well, he lives in Lafayette. He should go to West Lafayette.
Let's take that triple from Giles.
Set his feet. Nice. He's got a nice stroke.
He does. Got nice handles. Good stroke for the senior. Back to live action. Barnheiser down the lane. On the baseline. Goes reverse and scores. 24 for him. Pass inside. Knocked away by Beaver. Last touched by Steiger and the Blue Devils. Sent it the other way. No, they'll reverse the call and keep it on this end. Just about halfway gone in this third quarter. Powell works the crossover. Now Mitchell controls. Powell, floater down the lane, no. Forward to Barnheiser. Here's that vision again. That time overshot him. That one I'll mark for you, Rust.
They're looking at each other going, what are you thinking? I like it when kids make mistakes and they just grab their heads. They understand. They understand what they need to do.
Tell you what, though, that type of vision and ability to see things in transition is another added bonus for why I'm sure Northwestern fans are happy to add Barnheiser to the roster next year. Pass inside. A foul is called. Going to go against Kirk Williams. But that's 3 for him. Indeed it is. And he'll be subbed out for the junior Owen Linder. Second team foul on Lafayette Jeff. Eric Wilson, or excuse me, make that Josh Steiger rather, will inbound.
Oh, nice look.
Beautiful find on the inbounds to Willie Mitchell, his first basket of the ball game.
Knowing the floor as well as they did, great in the paint pass.
Barnheiser to Beaver. He shuffled the feet when trying to establish that gather. Turnover back to the Blue Devils.
That's pretty good defense, so far away from the ball. Cost him to make that little step there.
Anytime you can make a shooter get out of the rhythm or readjust their gather and jump shot motion, good things will happen more often than not. Steiger picked up his dribble, gives over to Mitchell.
Much better balancing the floor. Watch him balance the floor. Nice job.
Giles works.
Look inside.
Continue to be stout defense by the Broncos. That shot's blocked away. Rejected by Barnheiser.
But again, Jimmy, they went to the basket. They're forcing the ball to the paint.
The offense has not been stagnant for the Blue Devils. You're exactly right, Coach. Pulling up his Powell from the elbow, he's fouled. Ethan will head to the charity stripe. Foul's going to go against Collicott, and you can, I'm assuming that's Coach Barnheiser. It could be one of the assistants, but simply asking, why are you fouling jump shooters? Powell's first free throw off the mark. He'll have one more.
That would just cause you a little frustration because he had the shot. Just leave him shoot the ball, then go after the rebound.
Foul splits the pair. Up ahead quickly, Beaver. Beautiful pass in between defenders. Linder in the corner, all by himself. Can't knock it down. Blue Devils dodge a bullet there. Mitchell up ahead to Giles. Nice inside-out dribble. Puts it up, off the window and in.
Mr. Smooth right now.
Avery Giles continuing to show off his handles. He's got 13. On the other end, Beaver catch and shoot. Nobody picked up the lone shooter on the wing. 18 for Beaver. On the other end, Giles in a trap. 3 defenders around him. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Broncos. Always got to track down the shooters, Coach.
Yeah, I got to track him down, and, the way he's hitting.
Beaver's been on a tear. I have him for 4 threes unofficially. Giles is fouled as he was trying to receive that pass by Brady Preston. Be the 4th team foul on the Broncos. Side out in the corner for Shortridge. Mitchell crosses on Barnheiser, and it's blocked away by Barnheiser. Well read. Up the floor they go. Nice cut. Collicott off the window. Beautiful use of the weave there by the Broncos.
Unselfish play.
Lead is 25. Nice crossover. Giles around the horn. Gives to Mitchell. Pass in the corner. In the air for Powell. And through the bottom of the net. Knocks down the triple. Buck 40 to go in this third. Shortridge trying to close with a little score. Barnheiser missed. Got his own rebound amongst the Shortridge defenders. Puts it up and in. Give him 9 in the quarter, 26 for the game. Point blank layup missed by Giles. Here's a run out. A 3-on-3. Beaver triple. No. Putback won't fall. And I believe stepping out of bounds was Mitchell. Indeed he did.
Boy, he was up on that rim. It was like offensive goaltending.
I tell you what, the way Collicott, which is what I'm assuming you're referencing there, flew in there. If that shot angles the right way, that's a putback dunk. Beaver shuffled the feet and travels. Turnover back to the Blue Devils.
And again, too quick. You got to put the ball on the floor. Look at this 3.
Powell with a hand in his face.
I mean, that's defense the best you can play right there.
In rhythm in the corner. Defense doesn't phase him. A minute to go in this third. Mitchell, feed at the foul line. Steiger looking around, gives to Mullaney. Works the handles. They'll hand off to Mitchell. Mitchell might be an offensive foul. Indeed it is. Mitchell lowered the shoulder. Sliding in to take that charge was the junior Brady Preston.
We're watching a lot more of that in high school basketball, a lot in college basketball. You dip that shoulder, they're going to nail you. It doesn't matter if you're moving your feet or not because you're straight up and down.
You've seen that a lot. You're exactly right, Coach, particularly at the next level this season. Barnheiser, skip pass to Beaver. In the corner, Linder catch and shoot. That's long. Board one by the Blue Devils. Powell finds Giles, lays it up. Beaver forced him to alter the shot. It's off the mark. Beaver now pushes. No look pass, right side. Collicott, nice pull move into Barnheiser, who puts it up and in.
How about recognizing who you have on the floor?
Deadly in transition is Lafayette Jeff. If you don't get everybody back, it will make you pay with that beautiful passing. Final shot of the corner. Buzzer sounds, an air ball. Steiger could not get a clean look at it. End of the third, 65-39. All Lafayette Jeff. Final quarter up next. You're watching High School Hoops on IPSathletics.tv, powered by Indiana SRN.
Cold is just around the corner, and here at Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling,
we're ready for anything.
we care about our craft like we care about our customers. Our technicians are fully certified
And up to speed on the latest equipment.
available 24/7. We don't leave anybody in the cold. That's our top priority.
We don't just work for the company.
We are the company.
So we do the best we can for every one of our customers.
Trust the name you know at Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We take pride in your comfort. Just call Summers. Summers.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back to Shortridge High School. Final quarter upcoming. Lafayette Jeff flexing their muscles a bit. They lead it 65-39. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Keith Myers.
How about consistency? 22 in the first, 22 in the second, 21 in the third for Lafayette Jeff. For Shortridge, 16 in the first, 8 in the second, 15 in the third. But, man, you just got to love the consistency. You're averaging 80 points a game. You're on target of doing that. And I can see why they are ranked the way they are because they're unselfish. But you got to, Shortridge is hanging in there. We'll see what they got.
And Lafayette Jeff, of course, as a jump ball tie-up is forced. Arrow will favor the Broncos. Lafayette Jeff, of course, hoping to make a deep run into the postseason, but it all starts in a challenging Sectional 7, Coach. We talked a little bit about it before we went on the air today.
Yeah, McCutcheon, Logansport, Marion, Harrison. Those are pretty tough teams up there. And Shortridge, if you look at their sectional and sectional 27, there's some slouches there. But Buff, Chittard, Guerin Catholic, Ledman, Manual, both these teams play very tough sectionals.
Always fun to see where everybody's paired and matched up. Beautiful spin move by Barnheiser. Could not get the layup to go. That's because he was fouled. We'll head to the charity stripe for the 2 points the hard way.
And sectional time is just right around the corner for girls basketball. Season's almost over. They only have 5 games left. Boys have probably 10 games left. Truly March Madness because all sectional, regional, semi-state in the month of March, and we hope we're there from start to finish.
And one thing that we haven't focused on aggressively this season, but that I'm interested in talking about once postseason play rolls around, you look at a player like Barnheiser. Now, granted, they were defeated by Harrison before the pandemic shut everything down, but there's a number of seniors this year on teams that felt like they had a chance to win a state title last year that seasons were cut short a year ago to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, you look at some of those teams that we have on Indiana SRN, Covenant Christian, we really felt that they were probably one of the best team in 2A. And you're right. Some of those teams, maybe redemption is what they want because really the season was cut short. We'll see what the tournament looks like here soon.
No shot, foul on the floor is the call. It'll stay on this end. That's the 6th-team foul on Shortridge, and he fouls the rest of the way. Leads to 1-1 in the bonus. Barnheiser controls on the baseline. Gives to Beaver. Catch and shoot triple is good, and that tandem is going to be what Lafayette Jeff lives and dies by. We talk about Barnheiser, but they need Beaver's help as well as that second aggressive scorer, particularly with the range he's able to move defenses out. The foul by Lafayette Jeff.
Other thing, if you're shooting 40% from three-point land, you're pretty good.
Take a look at that triple a second ago. Barnheiser to Beaver.
And the key.
Hold it.
Okay.
Hold the free throw, not hold you. You keep going.
Well, the key of his hitting those free throws is setting his feet and going to the basket. You know, he's not to the left or right. It's straight up. Nice shots.
Lead is 30. Beaver came in shooting from beyond the arc at a 47% clip, which is absurd at this level.
And that's the first 2 points for the big fellas in the second half.
Keelan Molney now with 14 on the game. 12 in that first half. Now let's take a look at that Beaver triple.
Look how he sets his feet. And he's right square to the basket. That's how I shoot him in the backyard.
Clean rhythm.
I'm telling you, Jimmy. My Nerf hoop set that Debbie got me a couple years ago, set at 3 feet, I can knock him down.
I'm sure the foam on that ball has faded away with the amount of shots.
Granddaughters hate the foam ball. Yep. They want their own ball because they think Grandpa's been using it too much.
Barnheiser on the baseline. Gives to Beaver again. Same spot, same result.
Goodness gracious.
Ashton Beaver, 6 triples on the night unofficially. Lead is ballooned to 31. Give him 24 on the evening. Beaver, now he'll dish it the other way. Barnheiser thinking slam time, and he throws it down with 2 hands.
He's been quiet in the second half.
Something like that. An answer there for Shortridge. Give the basket to Will Smith. Barnheiser shot down the lane, won't go. Rebound Giles. Smith now with 4 on the day. A deep triple.
Wow.
Knocked in by Smith. Give him 5 straight. The senior showing off the distance.
Have we saw some pretty good shooters today, haven't we?
That we have when you look at the comparison of Powell's knocked down a couple, Giles knocked down a couple. Beaver's been the clubhouse leader, of course, with the 6 he's put together. Barnheiser joins the party. His second triple of the day. Take a look at it.
Just nice look.
Again, same
Beaver,
thing.
right there.
No one goes back out to help Beaver.
And how about Coach giving a little nod of, yeah. And then how about this one? I like that.
It's a clean flush there for Barnheiser. 4.5 left in this fourth quarter. All Lafayette Jeff. On the Shortridge side of things, Coach, you expect them to continue to use games like this against top-tier competition to get better as the season goes on.
Then they have a tough game.
Barnheiser throws it down again with a 2-handed flush.
They have a tough game on Indiana SRN next week as well, as they play Addicts next week right here on the network on January 2nd. So they got to get ready, fine-tune for that as well, because Addicts is one of those, another top 10 team. And for how about IPS Athletics and the tough schedule they all have, and how they're ranked. I mean, Shortridge is not bad at all in 3A. They're going to be a tough out. Start to finish, George Washington, as we got to finish there.
Layup good by Smith. Well, that was another delay of game, or if it was a inadvertent whistle. Either way, play continues. A Shortridge triple from Smith, showing the distance.
I mean, that's deep.
Man went under the screen. Smith rose and put it in.
You look at the IPS network, you know, George Washington 3A, Shortridge 3A, then you got Addicts and Tech in 4A. I mean, those are tough outs. in the city tournament, the City Alliance tournament, right here on Indiana SRN in the middle of January. Cannot wait to see what that draw looks like. That will come out in the 4th. We'll talk a little January 4th. We'll talk a little bit about matchups and what games we'll have all the way to start to finish in that tournament.
Preston off the window, using the banks the day after the holiday. Gets it to go.
Wonder if he's get a Christmas club for hitting a bank like that.
Is that something you're interested in getting started?
What, the Christmas bank?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know, back in the day, you could in your paycheck you could take $25 out a week, and they save money for you for the Christmas.
Sure.
I don't know how to save money, Jimmy. To be honest with you, it's Christmas time.
Particularly tough during the holidays.
Well, look at the gift that I got you.
Sure.
I mean, you got that text on today.
Yep, exactly. I thought you were going to say the gift of your presents, but I mean, yes, the bow tie is a nice touch as well. Free throw off the mark from Olney.
Yellow seats you well, my friend. Yellow.
Good rebound, though, by Shortridge. And we're going to travel.
He did. He danced a little bit.
Just a little bit too much hopping there. Back to the Broncos. They'll walk it ahead. 3 men guarding the ball there for the Blue Devils. Almost turned over as the reserves have been cleared. Steal by Smith. He wants to go off to the races. Smith threw it down with one hand.
I love it.
Will Smith all the way coast to coast off the steal.
He's had a quarter.
A highlight play to put an exclamation point on the quarter for him.
9 in the quarter. Look at this one. What I like is the finish.
Yep.
That and this. Clapping my hands. Yes, I felt good. I elevated. Do you know Indiana SRN streams more than 300 games a year and reaches million? If you would like to put kids first and advertise on Indiana SRN, contact us at coach@indianasrn.org.
Stacy's triple off the mark. Rebound, though, to the Broncos. There's a shot that's off the back iron. Loose ball up for grabs. Pass in the corner. Linder, one more. Gives to Preston. His floater won't go. Board one by Linder. At the top, Stacy for 3. Won't go. Last touched by the Broncos. It'll go the other way. More subs at the table.
What, he had 4 shots there?
4 looks at it for the Broncos bench. The reserves have been cleared for Coach Barnheiser's crew.
Now, this is really important. This 150 finish here is how their subs finish here, because it's important. Depth in sectional and regional time is very crucial, because you never know.
Your math is usually far better than mine. I have 23 unofficially for Barnheiser, as he's done for the day, with this one clean in tote. If I'm off, I will go with whatever you say.
Well, he had 17 in the first half, correct?
Yes, sir. One more upcoming for Moloney. That one won't get the friendly iron. And a foul on the floor called against Parker Rossi.
Well, I have him for 34.
I'll defer to you.
I may be way off because, I've been just entertained by Shortridge and Lafayette Jeff. Our official stat guy's not here today. How did he get the day off?
You know what? Our math is closer. I had him for 33. So
okay, there you go.
We're good. We'll call it 34. We'll trust your marks over mine.
Sean Crawl, if you're watching the broadcast, you need to come to work.
Lead is 30, 81 to 51.
Look at Shortridge not giving up. Pressure, yes, this second screen, but you got moving your feet. I love it.
And those are still a handful of starters out there as well. It's not like these are just players getting playing time on the back end. They're still out there hustling, making plays.
They'll go back home and watch this on TV and say, look how good a defense I played, Coach.
Be the 4th time this season that Shortridge has put north of 50 on the board. They're 1-2 in those games.
How about Coach Andrew Fountain saying, go get the ball, shoot the ball, go get it, follow, not quit coaching. Like it a lot.
And that's the story of the majority, if not all, of the IPS in general, is continuing with the great group of coaches they have from top to bottom. So many of them who we see on the IPSathletics.tv feeds. No different here.
And you're a brand new coach. This is your first year, so that you're establishing your program. You know, kids that are playing freshman basketball are going to understand what he wants them to do. I mean, that's crucial.
You want to have a strong culture throughout. Coach Fountain doing a good job of that so far in his first season. Final minute.
One of the things IPS has also done, Jimmy, is the junior high level and the elementary level and the lower divisions of IPS. They want to keep those kids in the school system, and they have established a very good junior high program and an exceptional great elementary program across the board. So IPS Athletics is making a move and doing the right job. Got great leadership. Got people who care about the program and the kids. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to join this network and help them establish that, because we're all about the kids, and especially with the public school system.
Final 40 seconds of this fourth quarter. Sure has been a fun partnership. Able to give these kids an opportunity to showcase their talent. Smith a triple. He puts it in.
I like it.
The quarter continues for Will Smith. Give him 12 in the quarter. Under 30 to go. That triple's off the mark. Rebound Smith again. Let's see if he pushes. He will try to push. Smith off the mark. Second chance shot won't go. Smith gathers it. And it's controlled by Molney. Molney back to Smith. Wants it in the corner. Fires away. Won't go. Rebound Powell. Final seconds of this fourth quarter. It'll fall harmlessly to the Broncos. They will dribble it out to end this ball game. A dominant showing from the fourth-ranked team in Class 4A, the Lafayette Jeff Broncos. They win it on the road by a final of 81-54 to improve to 7-0 on the season. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils will fall to 1-6 on their campaign. Coming up next for both these schools, we mentioned for Shortridge, it's a date at home again, this time as they welcome in Christmas Addicts. That'll be on the 29th, a 6 o'clock tip. And for Lafayette Jeff, they're next in action on that same date when they host Bowman Academy. That'll be a 5:30 p.m. start time.
You know, you look at the early starts during the Christmas break, and, you know, get in the gym early, get it done. But you really kind of like it. You look at this whole entire game. If you're Lafayette Jeff, you shook off the rest. You know, Bowman Academy is not going to be an easy opponent for them. For Shortridge, you're back at home. It's a rivalry game because it is another IPS schools. You have no idea how that game's going to be as well. So you need to tune into that game. Should be a lot of fun.
From both these teams today, starting first with Shortridge, we knew that this could be the score that we see, given how talented Lafayette Jeff is. But they never quit throughout this. What do they take away from the film when they're reviewing it and preparing for the rest of the year?
Well, a couple of things they got to work on is maybe unforced turnovers that Shortridge caused them to do. But, you know, I really think we saw a very good Mr. Basketball candidate, but it's just not him. I think it's the whole entire team. But Barnhauser is the real deal. Could be very interesting to see what happens to him with Mr. Basketball. For Shortridge, you played well. I mean, you haven't played for a while. You played well. You knew you were going to be the underdogs coming into this game. But, you know, you played well. You ran up and down the floor. And, you know, let's see what happens.
We want to thank everybody involved with today's broadcast. Of course, there'll be plenty more action for Indiana SRN as things roll along. Any games you want to particularly highlight, Coach?
Real quick, no games, but we got to highlight our camera guy today, coming all the way from Arizona to shoot this game for us. Riley, a nice job, and of course, the Wizard always does a great job.
We want to thank you as well, the listener, and of course, the coach Keith Myers doing a wonderful job as always. If Indiana SRN's scheduling that I see in front of me is accurate, there will be a game on Tuesday. It'll be number 1 Lawrence North hosting number 10 Tinley. And then in girls basketball, Again, that Lawrence North Tinley game is an early one. That's 2:25 start time. And then for Lawrence North hosting Roncalli, that's 14th ranked Lawrence North hosting Roncalli, 11th ranked in the state. That'll be girls basketball action.
And then circle the 30th, the Wednesday, the 30th game, the Cecina Traders Point game. Both teams are struggling, but looking on paper, could be a great matchup. It should be a very good ball game. And then, of course, the 2nd of January, Lawrence North and Christmas Addicts boys, and then Leadman and Guerin Catholic on the 2nd, just a week from today.
That'll be a fun slate of games. Not going to want to miss any of that on IndianaSRN.org and the Indiana SRN family of networks. This will be the last time that I talk to you folks until the 2nd for that Lebanon Guerin Catholic game. So on behalf of our entire staff and crew, for Jerry, for Radley, and for the coach Keith Myers, I'm Jimmy Cook, wishing you a Merry Christmas yesterday, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year to you as well. A final in this one, Lafayette Jeff stays perfect on the season. 7-0 is the 4th-ranked Broncos. They defeat Shortridge 81-54. And until we talk to you next time, so long, everybody.